Yes, welcome back. So in the previous video, we have been discussed about metal forming, how the metal forming will take place, and we have been discussed about the introduction. Then we have been discussed about the what are the advantages and disadvantages of cold working and hot working. So in this video, we're going to be discussing about mainly about forging and open die, and it's one of the type of forging what we call it as a closed die forging and open die forging. So normally these are the two major processes where we can able to use the open die forging and closed die forging. So that we're going to be discussing. So mainly in this video, we're going to focusing about the what is the forging, how the forging process will take place. Then we're going to discussing about an open die forging. So first we're going to discuss about forging. So what we call as a forging. So forging is one of the basic process in which the workpiece is shaped by compressive forces applied through the various dies and toolings. So mainly the forging is nothing but where we're going to mainly heat the materials to a sufficient temperature. So whenever the material comes to the red hot stage, then we're going to take that material and we're going to apply the force on the material in order to get a required shape and size. So it is one of the oldest method mainly we're going to see in the industries in order to get in a material deformation. So directly when we're going to apply the material, so when we're going to apply the load on any material, so the material will be very hard. So hence what we're going to do is we're going to heat the materials. So then automatically when the material will be getting heated, that is when it comes to a red hot conditions. So mainly the grain structures will be not compressed at that conditions. So when we're going to apply the force at that conditions, so normally depends upon which the say shape or size what we have been required, we can able to easily get whenever we're going to use heat the material. So forging is also one of the type of a process where mainly with the help of a compressive forces by using some various dies and various tools, we can able to get the desired shape and the size of a material can be done. For even very hard materials also can be done by using the forging. So next one is it is one of the oldest and important metalworking operations used. See, even the nowadays if we take the even the jewelries or in coins making, how they making? So first they're going to melt the material. See, melting the material and forging is same, but where we're going to heat the material for an up to certain temperature, that is what we call as in a forging. So where we're going to heat the material till the material where we're going to it melts till that temperature we're going to use, that is what we call as in a melting. So mainly even now also the jewelries or in a coin making process. So mainly it is used by in a this method only. So it is one of the oldest and most important metalworking operations used to make in a jewelry, coins and various implements by in a hammering metal and some other tools which has been made by the stone. So mainly the forging is even earlier days also they used to use for in a various purpose. So the forging is as we know that to heat the material and we can able to bend. In the earlier days used this form has been used to make in a various equipments that is been used for an agriculture purpose or for an householding purposes or householding purposes. So they have been used this forging is one of the method where they've been used to melt the metals or to get any desired shape or a size where they require any equipments or require some of the equipments in order for an agriculture purpose or even for an householding purpose. So coming to next, forged parts now include large rotors for turbines. Even nowadays, till the advanced technology what they've been using in industries, but for some of the parts still we required in a forging only. For example, if you take in a forged parts, now we include large rotors of turbines. Then if you see the large gears, that is also done by in a forging, bolts and rivets and cultries. So like this, we have in a different equipment still we are going to use with the help of the forging only. Even if you take as in hand tools and numerous structural components for machines, aircraft, railways. So like this, we have a wide variety of usage has been there for forging. Even for transport equipments also can be done by using the forging. So as we know that is one of the basic and oldest method to get a material to apply a force for a material in order to get a desired shape or a size or a structure. Coming to next one is open die forging. As we have been discussed the forging. So in that forging again we have a different types of process. One is open die forging, closed die forging. So like this we have a different processes that what we have in a for an forging. So mainly in this, what we're going to discuss is about the open die forging. So in this, the workpiece is compressed between the two platens, what we called as an upper platen and lower platen. In between the two platens, we're going to keep a material and we're going to apply a compressive force. For example, if we want to keep in between any two materials, if we keep any metal, when applying the force, so that is what we call it as an open die forging. So there is no constraint to material flow in a lateral direction. So only it can able to flow in the linear direction, and even it is completely filled, hence so there is no material flow in the lateral direction. So open die forging is a process by which the products are made through a series of incremental deformation by using the dies of relatively very in a simple shape. That we open die forging process can be done in a incremental deformation by using the dies and relative to that simple shape. So the top die is attached to the ram and the bottom die is attached to the hammer, or what we call it as an anvil, or what we call it as an hammer anvil or an press bed. So the metal workpiece is heated above the recrystalline temperature. So once the metal is going to be heated above the recrystallization temperature, that is about 1900 to 2400 degree. So most open die forging are produced on a flat dies. So and the convex surface dies and convex surface dies are also used, concave and convex surface dies are also used in the pairs with the what we're going to see about the flat dies. So now coming to the open die forging along with the diagram, now we can able to see. So this is an upper die and this is in a lower die. So in between we are going to place the workpiece. So where this is has been attached, where the vertical force is applied. So whenever we are going to apply the force in between, here the lower die has been placed over the hammer anvil, and this is where the vertically the force what we are going to apply. So in between we are going to place is in a workpiece. So what is the force what we are going to apply? So open die forging is classified mainly into three types, namely the causing, fluring and edging and gauging. So the causing, that is also now what we call as in a drawing out, so which consists of a sequence in which the thickness of an ignite is reduced to billet, or what we call it as in a narrow dice can be formed here. So and the fluring and edging operations are done to reduce the cross section by using the concave shaped and a convex shaped dice. So whenever the material get disturbed and ends, so the dice what the gets is elongated and the reduction of the thickness will happen. So these are the namely mainly it has been classified. These are all the types that can be performed by using this what we call as an open die. So mainly this where the series means where the large number of productions has been required. So the material has to be compressed in a such a condition. We're going to prepare in the form of such a form of a die. So where we're going to apply the load on this. So what happens when you're going to apply the load? So it's going to be compresses. So again we're going to take this work piece which has been workpiece compressed in between these dies. We're going to go for a further machining process. So like this, so the die will be designed once. So for a mass productions like 1000, 5000, 10,000 components has to be produced in a large or in a mass production. So at the time easily we're going to hit the material and we're going to be applying the force in between. We're going to place the workpiece in between the upper die and the lower die, and we used to compress the material to get a required shape or a size. So similarly the process can be continuously repeated by applying a suitable load. So this is how we're going to be used as an open dice in the normally in the industries. So and mainly the it depends upon the, as we have been discussed about the, namely it consists of a causing, fluring and an edging. These are all the different process or different methods in this open die process. So this is how the forging and the open die of the forging will takes place in order to get a required shape or a size of a material. Thank you.